Okay, so this is going to be advice for people who are trying to prepare for either a job interview or like a school interview if you're going to nursing school. I recently did an interview trying to get into CNA classes, and the interview was held at the local nursing home in the next town over. And so I saw a lot of things that made me want to make a video like this. For example, the person who came in to interview wearing pajama pants, flip-flops, a t-shirt, a hoodie, and not even brushing her hair. First of all, number one, I would say definitely pick out an outfit or clothes, something that makes you look presentable, professional. It doesn't necessarily have to be super dressy. It just really depends on the environment and what the interview is actually for. Like I said, my interview was for the CNA classes. The person who came in the pajama pants and hoodie and everything, their interview was also for CNA classes. But what I wore was brown dress pants, some dark shoes, and a sweater over like a button-down shirt. So I looked presentable. I didn't look overdressed, but I also definitely didn't look underdressed. I just looked, presentable. There were also people who looked way more dressed up than me. Someone came in wearing a full like suit and tie and everything, and he looked a little bit overdressed, but he also looked professional at the same time. And honestly, I would rather be overdressed for an interview than underdressed. I would definitely never even imagine going to an interview wearing pajama pants, flip-flops, a t-shirt, and a hoodie, and not even brushing my hair, caring what people thought about me. Because one thing that I can say is that when you go into an interview, first impressions definitely matter. When you go into this interview, employers usually know whether they want to hire you within the first minute or so. It all really depends on the employer, but they usually know within the first short amount of time, I would say like a minute, whether or not they would be interested in, pursuing you as an employee. It irritated me when I saw that, because even though it's for something like a CNA where you wouldn't necessarily be wearing dressy clothing to work, because obviously CNAs wear scrubs, or even in the other part of their building, they wear polo shirts and khaki pants. For the CNAs who work in like dementia care and Alzheimer's and things like that, they wear the polo shirts and khaki pants. But the other CNAs in the regular part of the building, they wear scrubs. But anyways, I just feel like it's important to understand that you need to make a good impression, because like I said, that first short amount of time, maybe 30 seconds to a minute, they're going to make a decision based on what you look like. Even though it shouldn't be based on how you look, how you present yourself is really important to potential employers. And also your attitude. I say, even if you're nervous, go into it with positivity. Try not to be nervous. Or, if you are nervous, try to not let that show. Go in there with confidence and, sit up straight. If you're sitting, some places like to have interviews while you're walking and talking. I've seen that especially in like malls and stuff. But if you're sitting down, sit up straight and don't cross your arms or anything. Just sit there and be attentive, listen actively, respond positively, and just, smile. Just let your personality run. Let it run. Obviously, if you're like super crazy, don't show that side. But, if you have, a positive attitude about things, I feel like you're going to get a lot farther than you would if you just go into it, being super, super nervous and, just kind of being negative. Also, that can definitely bring it down. Also, I would say when you're preparing to interview with a company for a job, This is more specific to that. But even if you're interviewing for nursing school or something like that, I would say do some research on the facility. Like if you're going to go work at Walmart for like a people greeter position or a cashier position, do some research into what that entails. There's also different websites where you can go online and you can see some people have listed like the interview questions they were asked. Obviously, there's no guarantee that you would be asked the same questions, but it's good to prepare yourself to answer different types of questions because different employers like to ask different types of questions. There's general questions that a lot of people ask, like why would you want to work for us? How long do you see yourself staying in this type of a job? Do you have any conflicting schedule issues or anything like that? And obviously those are more easy to respond to, but then there's also things like how would you handle this situation, and they'll explain a situation to you. So you kind of have to be ready for those types of things when you go into an interview situation, and you just have to be not nervous enough to respond. And if you make a mistake, don't get so hard on yourself. Just continue to stay positive and keep going with the interview. And I've been talking to my mom throughout this whole process of trying to get into the CNA classes and everything, and I was telling her, since I started since I was accepted into the CNA program, I've been contacted by different employers about job interviews and things, and she told me that even if I don't get the job, or even if I don't want to work there, want to accept their job offer, even just going through the interview, I can gain experience, interviewing experience, and that's positive. When you make that type of experience in your life, it tends to help you get more confident doing interviews in the future. And I know I'm talking with my hands a lot today. But anyways, those are a few tips. If you would like more tips, I can definitely share, but I feel like this video is long enough. So let me know if you would like me to make another video talking about different tips for interviewing, whether it's for job or school or just in general. Let me know and I would be glad to get that filmed for you. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and I will see you guys again soon.